Is silver at its tipping point, ready to move much higher? We're going to look into that, my friends. I'm going to also address a comment that I keep getting a lot of. Coin shops rip you off. I'm here to defend all coin shops. I'm here to defend bullion dealers as well. Maybe not too much of the pawn shops. I'm going to explain on that one once again. Help me out with the thumbs up. That really helps get the videos out to more and more people, my friends. The next giveaway will happen at 7,500 subscribers. Right now, we're a little over 4 ounces of silver with this giveaway. It's more of a collectibles giveaway. There'll be a little bit more coming when I see that in the mail. I'll let you folks know when I know it's coming in. And we will do the giveaway shortly after 7,500 subscribers hits. Keep tuned with me. Keep subscribed. Make sure you share the video out. Let's get into the video right now. Silver. So that is tipping point. Yeah, we had a dip this past week. It's the end of the month. I warned about that. We could see that happen. So, I mean, that is expected of every single end of the month, especially on a delivery month. Especially on a delivery month. It will pull back a little bit. It's just the reset. That's all this is. The reset for the next futures contract. Next delivery month for silver is in September. That's next month. We're in a delivery month for gold. Once again. We could see some price action tonight. We could see some price action next week. This is not a pump trying to pump silver and gold up. This is just giving people warnings. You know, look, we need more silver than ever. What do we really use gold for? You got to look at the bright picture. We use silver in everything. Electrical panels, solar panels, electric cars, hospital equipment, stacking. Industrial use is huge. It's not going away. More and more people have more and more devices. AI takes up a lot of silver. All these computer systems take up a lot of silver. What happens to it all? It gets thrown away. It gets thrown in the landfill. Gone. We should be mining landfills. Really, that should be the next thing we should be mining for silver. How much, when your TV goes, your LED TV goes bye-bye. Don't work no more. There's silver in that. That's where it's going, my friends. It's going into all this electronics. It's industrial. Yes, it's monetary too. We got to keep stacking. People are not patient enough. Silver is going to have its day. When it runs, people are going to wish. Today, August 3rd, 2025, people are going to wish they were able to get silver at today's prices. We sat here before. I've done this over a year. I was on another YouTube channel. Some of you guys may have known that already. I remember seeing those comments at $22, $25 silver. I'm backing up the truck at 17. I warned 17 was not going to happen. I said, I'm almost 100% certain that's not going to happen. Guess what? It didn't. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't have a crystal ball. I got some knowledge. I work in the coin shop. People seem to forget that. I'm your boots on the ground. It's not like I got any information. I'm looking at charts. I'm not a big chart reader at all. You gotta look what's going on. Now, with the so-called Trump tariffs, companies are already warning they're going to raise prices. Warned about that too. We warned on this channel about preparing for everything. Don't know what's coming down the pipeline next. And what I mean by preparing, stocking canned goods for food. Stocking stuff you use every single day. Now, someone's going to come and say, I can't do it. No, you can't do it all at once. You get a budget for it. But it seems like when a crisis happens, people have the money. It's all of a sudden it grows on the trees, I guess, and people got the money to go get stuff in a panic, like a hurricane. I've warned about that too. You got to be prepared. You can't do it all at once. I'm always thinking about next hurricane season. Even though we're in the middle of this one. I'm thinking about next year already. You got to plan ahead. You got to budget ahead. Sometimes that's hard. I get it. I'm trying to save the money up for the AC. It's going to cost over $8,500. It's unreal what stuff costs. It's unreal what the labor costs. The AC alone is only like $3,600, but with the labor, everything else, the power company's going to come. It's just expensive for everything we do. It's not easy. I get it. Trying to stack, trying to save for this, trying to save for that. I get it. But when the dollar goes away, and if people don't believe the dollar's going away, watch my video from yesterday. When I broke it down, showed people proof from the U.S. debt clock. How much a car cost back in 2020? How much a new car costs now? How much is health insurance now? How much was health insurance back then? Yeah, wages gone up, but wages have not gone up with the same level of everything else going up. That's why your dollar's dying. Trying to wake people up. Trying to wake up the average person. What's going to happen when it does go? It's all about stable coins. Or central bank digital currencies. Whatever. What we're going into now, it's worse than stable coins are a joke. Stable coins are about control. They will know everything you bought. We talked about this before. Silver, they can't take it away from you. Physical, in your own possession, they can't take it away from you. That is the truth right there. That is your money. That is real money. That's the only real money. Silver and gold. You want to call it God's money? I'll leave that up to you. I'll leave that up to you once again. That's what it is. Why did they take silver out of money in 1964? Why? We've been lied to. We've been lied to. That's what it has been. When people realize that, when silver starts taking off to 40, to 42, 44, more and more people are going to wake up. Your shelves will be bare. May not be completely bare, but it'll be a lot thinner what you're used to seeing now. We've seen it before in March of 2023. For the bank runs, people panicked. People bought it at a higher price. Now some people are selling it back, and they're still kind of losing because they don't have strong hands, or they bought too much and they need this because they can't afford food, housing, rent, car payments, insurance. They bought too much at one time. They converted too much at one time. Don't do that. I know I preach this a lot, but we get a lot of new subscribers every single day on this channel. Everybody needs to hear this. So for the ones that stuck around since day one on this channel, or came a little bit after that, I appreciate you all sticking around. You guys know and girls know what the heck is going on. If you're watching this channel, you know what the heck's going on out there. You know the dollar's dying. Silver's at its tipping point. It's ready. At what day? I can't tell you, oh, CoinShop says August 16th of 2025, silver's going to explode. No. I'm not picking a day. I can't tell you that. I don't know. And you rather have someone tell you, I don't know, and saying, or you see these thumbnails on YouTube, by the end of the month, by the end of the month, this is going to happen. No. Nobody knows. It's always that. Then they wait 15 days or so. By the end of this month. No. I try not to do that. Yes, I make a could silver hit $50 by the end of July. I know I made that thumbnail. But I put a question mark there. And I told in that video, it could happen. It may not happen. Nobody knows. Silver was running right then and there, right after the 4th of July. We all know what happened. We all know we got very close to 40 last month. It just didn't quite get to 40 in the futures market. Before I go on to the next subject, check out channel sponsor Pinbacks. This is your last day for the 10-ounce Canadian Royal Mint Buzz. 2.2 to 4 count deal. 5 up more deal. Check them out. Let them know that Crazy Coin Shop Chris sent you. Canadian Royal Mint Buzz. They're available right now. Will they be available by end of the year? I don't know. You know, depending what silver does. You know, some people come on and look at my stack. That's fine. And some people say you're never going to get there. That you're not ever going to get where I'm at. Yeah, I said that too. Tell you, it takes patience. It takes cash to do this, yes. It takes a lot of not going out to eat, not going to nightclubs, not going to concerts, not going to baseball games, not going to football games, hockey games, fairs, gambling, whatever the case may be. It's called sacrifices. Where do you want to make the sacrifice? That's why I got what I got. Because I made sacrifices. I'm home every single Friday night writing up the numbers for each 90% silver market report. Instead of going out to dinner with my friends and going out to spend 50, 60 bucks on a meal, go and have a couple beers or something like that, I'm home not spending that 60 bucks. That 60 bucks is going towards silver for myself, my grandmother, my girlfriend. That's where the money's going. It's not an investment. It's taking your money out of the gosh darn system. And I want to thank Pinbacks for sponsoring Coin Shop Chris. Thank you to the viewer, because it's not possible without you. Next thing I want to cover. Some people really believe coin shops rip you off. That's just a false statement all around. For an example, coin shops have to make their money too. A lot of coin shops use a bullion dealer, a supplier. Some don't. Some just rely on what comes over the counter. Don't know how these shops can manage that way, but you know, if there's enough coming over the counter, I guess it's okay. But you know, when you get into these rushes and people come in to buy, and you get nothing coming in, I don't know how they're going to survive. But for coin shops, for people to say coin shops rip you off, no, that's not the truth at all. I had a comment in, and I think it was yesterday's video. Comment went something like this: coin shops take advantage of people. Pawn shops take advantage of people. People are in a bad situation and then they need to sell, and they take advantage of people in the bad times. No. We don't, the coin shops don't take advantage of people at all. It's called the market. Now, do some coin shops pay a lot less than other coin shops? Yes, that's why you gotta shop around. Same thing when you're buying something, and it don't have to be silver or gold. Same thing when you're buying something. But for some people to say coin shops rip you off, it's an offer. For an example, if we know we're able to sell something fast, we're going to pay up a little bit more. Like these Christmas rounds, for an example. They don't move fast. We had someone come in 15 days ago or so and gave us 10 of these. And they were all in the same holders like this. I had all the ones that this woman brought in. And Christmas is kind of out of season still. So, I mean, you got to get through Halloween still. We stopped bringing out some of the Christmas rounds. Well, we have some out all year round, but we start opening a little bit more of a space in the case in the middle of September, trying to pump them out. And we said, you know, is there something you need to sell? Yeah, I kind of need. I said, is there something else you could sell? Because I says, I can give you a little bit more closer to Christmas time on spot price. I says, if you're going to do this now, I'm $2.50 behind spot on these right now. That's just not going to, we don't know where silver's going to be in a couple months from now. I said, is there anything you can sell to us? You know, I said, if you had a 5 ounce, I said, you got a 5 ounce bar? I said, you got 3 5 ounces? Yeah, I do. I says, what are they? So she says, well, they're just generics. I said, I can pay you more on 5 ounce bars right now. She stopped and thought about that. She says, I'll be back. She wasn't mad. She came back with the 5 ounce silver bar. They were just the what were they? The Aztec. The Aztec bars. They kind of look like this. This is a 10 ounce version of the Aztec. And we were able to pay her $1 behind spot. They were beautiful. She says, so I can bring the Christmas. I said, depending on, you know, when you exactly bring them in. I said, the closer, I said, if you bring them in, if there's something else you want to sell then, yeah, we can pay more, but we don't know what this price of silver's going to be. I said, but if there's something you need to sell, no, fine, we can buy it any time of year. So when we know we can sell something, like the Nidea bars that move very, very well, we're going to pay up. Like the germanium mint bars I told you folks about, we're going to pay up. Because we know we can move that faster. But one thing our shop does differently, we try to help, we try to put our feet in their shoes. We know there's hard times out there. We know people get into troubled times. We don't take advantage of that situation. And for somebody to say that, that's just awful. Because that is an untrue statement with most coin shops. Do some coin shops try to undercut you? Yeah, I would say so. Maybe, but most of these coin shops throughout the United States do the right thing. They really do. Now when it comes to pawn shops are a little bit different. And this is not really criticizing pawn shops. I've said this before on this channel. Pawn shops have to know a little bit about everything. They're not well educated. Some of them are not well educated in silver and gold. They don't look at spot price every single day. Many, many, many times a day. They gotta know what yard equipment is, TVs, electronics, whatever, jewelry. They gotta know a little bit about everything. And they gotta make their decision how long they're able to sit on it for. When you buy something, okay, when you buy something out there, like a new vacuum cleaner, or a new toaster, whatever, you're going to have to say, is this worth the money for me to buy this, and how long is this going to expected to last me for? You got to think. And we got to think at the shops. If we get this, any type of silver or gold, how long are we going to be able to, how long are we going to sit on it until we move it? That's the thing in a nutshell. Some pieces you just don't know. Some pieces get us caught off guard, where we buy it that same day, we're able to process it that day, put it in the case, 5-10 minutes after it's been put in the case, it's sold. Things have happened. Other things we think would sell around sit there for 4 or 5 weeks. Silver could have been down $2 an ounce. So we take probably a loss on that item itself. So when you're selling out there, eBay is a good tool to use for prices. Keep in mind, most coin shops are going to reduce that price by at least 20%. Because there's 15% seller's fees for one, that if you come into a coin shop and say, I'm going to put this on eBay, we can use that. And we do use it no matter what. If we don't know what a piece looks like, or we've never seen the piece, kind of like what Snakebite sent one of my moderators for the giveaway, 2004 King of something. I always get this one mixed up. I am glad I keep the note right by my workstation here. The King of Pirates. From South Korea. There's only 5,000 mint of these. Yes, that is a working compass in there, my friends. So when we don't know something, we see what eBay's trying to, what people have it on eBay for one, and then we look at sold listings for 2. Just because somebody has it on there for $400, let's say, and no, nobody has it on there for that much, but I'm using that as an example. Others have it on there for $174.99 right now. That seems to be like a reasonable price for that, because that's what they're about selling for. One sold for $225, if my memory is right, recently. So where do you go with it? Where do you price it for the customer? And where do you try to make a little bit of money on that? And how long is that piece going to sit there in a shop? We don't sell on eBay. We don't ship. So we got our local customer base. Only one's going to see that. That piece might be a better piece to throw on eBay. So we might either A, refuse it. We would make an offer. We would probably make it a low ball offer, and we would tell them it's a low ball offer. I mean, this is our position with this piece is. So you got to take, for those people who say coin shops rip you off, it's an offer. And if you don't like the offer, walk out. Plain and simple, walk out. And keep this one in mind too, for the ones who say coin shops rip you off. You're ripping yourself off if you take the offer. And that's what I'll throw back at those people who say coin shops rip you off. It takes 2 to so-called getting ripped off. I've said this before in this channel too. That comment kind of got me a little irritated, to say the least. But it has to be announced once again that, in my humble opinion out there, for the shops I've talked to throughout the country, most coin shops, I would say 99.2% of the coin shops, and I could name 2 right now that I would not do business with, but I'm not going to do that. But there are a few out there that, yeah, I do feel that do try to take advantage of situations. But for the most part, no. You have to do your own due diligence when you're buying, converting to get silver and gold, and when you're selling, if you need the cash for silver and gold. That's just my humble opinion right there. If you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me. My email is always in the description of every single video. I thank you for your time today. Don't forget about the next giveaway coming up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sharing the video. Crazy Coin Shop Chris is out of here.